stuff for the stash. Drone. Is it watching over this area? Might have some useful data. But how to get up there? Maybe I can climb something and jump onto the drone.
The Gala will lead us to victory.
You think we're under attack? God, it'd be clear to be out of this. That movement. Here we go! She's here!
not to let this stain my hands. Going down! Taking you with me! You're mine! I need to get the data from the drone. I definitely don't sound like rebels. Maybe if I follow their tracks, I can find out where they're headed. I can probably use my focus to follow the tracks those riders left behind. The machine riders from before. The ones who were racing. Wonder what they're up to.
Who are you? Everyone, we got company.
Riding machines, huh? Who taught you to do that?
Hey, squad! We got someone with a death wish here.
Whoa. Look at that hair. What? Someone get a little lost in the desert?
Hey, what's that thing the Easterners keep saying we do?
Oh, yeah. We all drink blood here, right? Maybe we should drink yours.
You can try.
Is that a challenge?
Cool your blaze, Josek. Don't think you want to test your luck with a soldier that took down Regala's champion. We have no business with you, Outlander. I think we all had our fun. Road's right over there.
Those machines used to be Regala's. But you don't look like holdouts to me. Who are you? How'd you get these mounts?
Round here, you want something, you race for it. You cross that finish line first, I'll answer any questions you have.
Aloy, you got a mount?
Race is full.
Actually, I think a spot just opened up.
All right. What are the rules?
Don't die.
This ought to be good.
Shut up, Pekka.
This way, fresh meat. Let's get you that mount. I see you carry a bow. Good. You'll need to use it if you want to win.
Against the other racers?
They will if you don't. We put everything on the line when we get on that track. Makes it worth something. You could test run the track if you want to. Just let me know when you're ready for the real thing.
Let's do this.
All right. Everyone get ready. Yeah!
Surprise!
Gotcha!
Arrow just for you, fresh meat.
Like that?
Yeah, let's go! Gonna bring you down!
prize for winning the race. You earned it.
I think you owe me some answers.
Name's Atta. As for how we got these mounts, most of us here used to be rebels. Joined Regala's army thinking we'd get a chance to fight in a real war against the Karja. Instead, Regala slaughtered our own in cold blood, Barren Light. When we made it back to camp, we snuck out on our mounts and never looked back. Been racing the clan lands ever since. Decided we were better off on our own. No rules, no chiefs. Just the speed of our mounts and the taste of blood.
Doesn't sound too bad, I guess. Where's your quiet friend? The one with the mask. He didn't join the race.
He gave up his spot so you could join. Probably for the best.
What makes you say that?
That one hasn't lost a single race. Doubt you would have gotten your answers if you stuck around.
Maybe.
You know, Hax found a spot to set up a race at the farthest end of lowland territory, right by the beach. Make your way there, maybe there'll be a spot waiting for you.
If I'm in the area, I'll think about it.
Aloy, you here to join the race?
North settlement. I'll have to watch my step. I'm gonna leave you here.
Good day. Your arrows seem true.
Not one more step. The Tenakth don't suffer outlanders in the Clanlands.
I was given rite of passage by Marshal Fashav. I'm not here to fight.
Hair like blood. This is the warrior who defeated Gruta, champion of the traitor Regala. Her life is not ours to take. You may enter, but mind our ways. You will be watched.
I'll keep that in mind.
What brought this on?
With everything that's happened, I feel like I need to do more. For the clan, the tribe.
I'll join too then.
Later?
Okay.
I wasn't asking.
But you should know that I got you. No.
I don't need a chaplain telling me
In the
the
name of
battle.
A soldier fights
The real
was arguing with you.
To get the best benefit from that, you need to time it right.
A lot of wounded. What's going on?
Look, we don't get those hearts, we don't get water. Then everyone dies. I'm going back to the pens. I'll gut those machines myself.
So machines did this?
An Easterner with a hair like blood. The Outlander from the embassy.
You killed Greta, Regala's champion. He was one of ours.
It's Aloy, and I'm not looking for any trouble.
Maybe I could use some trouble right about now. Out there is a big herd my people harvest. We take the machine's hearts, send them to our capital, get paid with water. Gets harder every year. Killer machines keep showing up to defend the herd. Last one hit us right as we were penning up our prey. Nearly wiped us out. But our quarry is still in the pens, which means if I can get their hearts, we can trade for the water we need.
If you go out there alone, you'll probably wind up dead, Draka.
I'm not going alone, Chaplain. The great champion killer's coming with me.
How about you answer some questions first? You mentioned the capital gives you water.
There's no giving. We pay tribute for it with machine parts. Parts being the most valuable. Every other desert village has some resource to exchange. But the capital of Scalding Spear is the only one with a constant supply of water. Here in dry country, it's the same as holding everyone's lives in their hands.
It is the way of the desert. How we've always survived.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you like this commander of yours.
Survival in the desert requires a more disciplined approach than that of other clans.
Means she really likes her rules and order.
But you don't.
I just don't like hers.
This is insubordination.
I must be dehydrated.
Finally somebody got it right. You did. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, good grief. Hang on a second here. Let me make sure this is okay. Okay, it's good. Alright.
What can you tell me about this herd?
Been there for years. We harvest the parts we need from it. No more, no less. New machines always show up to replace our kills.
What about the killer machines you mentioned?
They guard the herd. The more we take out, the more arrive. First Sawtooths, then Ravagers. Now, a sand-blasted Thunderjaw. Hit us right as we were herding machines into our pens. Had to leave half my hunters behind to fend it off. Only survivors are the ones you see here.
I heard him calling you Chaplain. What does that mean?
It means I've survived our youth and outlived my brethren in many battles. As such, I counsel the Desert Clan. Those who reach my age are meant to share our wisdom with the young. Keep them on the true warrior's path when their stubbornness kicks up dust and clouds it.
I bet it takes them a long while to get ready in the morning. Just with the pain alone. Good grief. Guys over this weekend is good. Hung out in a long while. Just got together in a long while. Was at the funeral. Couldn't let that stand. Yeah, well, good idea, man. I mean, if there was anything that was really needed to be given during that time of grieving, it's brotherhood. So, that's good.
You knew Regala's champion, Gruta.
He was one of ours. So was Regala. Desert Clan's pride and joy.
Why is she attacking her own people?
She feels betrayed. Regala was a legend among our clan, fearless and unrelenting. A marshal to Hekarro, chief of all Tenakth. His judgment made flesh.
What changed?
The Carja king asked for peace, and Hekarro agreed. Regala wanted payment in kind for the atrocities the Carja committed. A Tenakth empire that would push into the east. So she challenged Hekarro's decision. He had no choice but to face her in combat.
Oh boy.
Hekarro won. She should have died by his hand then, but the chief let her live. For Tenakth, that kind of mercy is a bitter drink.
Now that she rides machines and murders marshals, we might not be able to ignore her camps in the desert for much longer.
No one in the Desert Clan's touching those camps. This is between Regala and Hekarro. If the chief's strong enough to lead, he'll prevail. If he doesn't, he'll make way for one who is.
That's a little harsh, isn't it?
So is the desert.
You're dealing with probably the harshest tribe out of all of them in this area. Or maybe one of the harshest.
I'll help you harvest those pen machines. Probably better if you don't do it on your own. Seems like your village needs you right now.
I like her.
Butchered up,
An outlander
butchered.
after my own heart. We can leave now, or I can meet you at our outpost southeast of here.
Yeah, that video that I ended up sending you from Dreamcast guy when he was talking about all these negative reviews that were coming out from the game, every single site or YouTuber or whatever it was that he was seeing where they were coming from all had something to deal with Xbox. And I'm just laughing at the fanboyism.
I have something to take care of first. You go on ahead.
I'll wait at the outpost for as long as I can.
May the Ten protect you then. I'll await your return and report to the capital.
Yeah, you do that.
You know what, the honest thing on how I feel that whole fanboy thing goes on is I'm not sure it's just because of the fact of hey, I'm loyal to this brand, which is stupid to be loyal to a brand, but the fact that some people can afford all the systems, some people can only afford one or two or none, or, you know, whether they want to be on PC or console or what have you. So the ones that they don't have, they feel like, and I just think it's stupid, they feel like they have to bite back against stuff like that. And it kind of makes me think, it's like, well, if this person actually had this particular system, would they still be that way? I mean, I would hope not, considering you spent the money to get it. But
You'll be back soon. I'm sure of it.
I mean, I've honestly never really ever been that way. To be honest, I actually was more so dealing with PlayStation over the years because of the fact of all the exclusives that they had that was going on. But now, you know, that is the case, but that's not the case like it used to be. And so, but even then, though, dude, like other exclusives for other systems, sometimes I was like, yeah, I'd wish it'd come to the system that I had, but if it doesn't, then it doesn't. You know, oh well, maybe I'll get this particular system later down the road. That kind of thing. So... Yeah! Show her what a man can do! Anyways. Let me go over here and see if I can... This whole thing with... Daggum. Sony is on the Wednesday could get PC again. PC's huge catalog, Game Pass, not much going on with Sony. I mean, Sony's got their exclusives, but they don't have them like they used to. You know, and that's a problem. I mean, if you look back on, well, from the PlayStation 1 all the way up through the 3, there was a lot of them. And 4 had its exclusives, obviously, but it seemed like that number was gradually diminishing over time. I mean, it was still really cool how the PS1 in and of itself was actually, it was very experimental. Honestly, like really experimental in terms of the different games that came out for it, but those games actually brought about series, or they became niche titles, cult kind of titles, and they raised up in price over time, or there was people really wanting to play them later on down the road, and you know, it's it's pretty amazing how the PS1 did with such titles. Some of them were good, some of them were bad. But you know, there was more experimentation back then, and creative experimentation than there is nowadays. And I guess that's one reason why it was always one of my favorite systems. Even on the PS2, it was the same way. But the PS1, at least on Sony's side of things, specifically talking about them, there was a lot of unique titles that came out for it. Yeah, and all this crap that they ended up talking about. Dang, I don't have enough for that one. Increases resistance. I'm not going to bother with these lower ones because sharpshooter. I haven't been getting enough for this one. It's like oh, that would increase everything that I've already got on there, which would be the final one. Regardless, it's still a rare, so I'll increase a rare. I think she has the... Did that empty a slot? I don't think it did. I don't believe it did. Yeah, let's do this. I'll upgrade that too. Excuse me. Yeah, Sony does have something like that in the works apparently. But obviously there's no details about it. It's just been rumors or news that's been circulating about it. So, but what they claim is that it's going to have this entire back catalog of the PlayStation family from the PS1 all the way up to the PS5 apparently. I don't know how many games they're going to put out for it. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I almost feel like even though they say, hey, it's backwards compatible, they're not going to go and try to put much emphasis towards the backwards compatibility because they ended up doing that with the 3 and the 4. It's like, oh, yeah, we got PS1 titles coming to this platform, PS2 titles. And, yeah, they had a good few that came out on PS3, but with the PS2 titles, they only had a handful that came out on there digitally. Oh. And... you know, they go and they hype something up and then they just don't fulfill it. I think it's ridiculous. So that's why in a ways when it comes to that whole aspect, I'm not
famous Nora.
I'm not really feeling it. You know, time will tell when it comes to that stuff, but I don't know. We won't know until it happens. Yeah, well, even when it boils down to that, with PlayStation, I mean, they're already bringing some of their newer titles over to PC, so for them not to release that particular, their own brand of Game Pass over on PC, to me, would kind of be shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, if they're already putting games out on there, there's no reason for them not to bring it over to PC.
I think it was left behind by Marshal Fashov.
I mean, especially given the fact that what's been going on with them with money. So.
Hey, you'll knock people over.
Hey, you'll knock people over. Well, Aloy jumps like a monkey anyway, so. Which I'm actually glad for.
I can grab this from my stash later.
Yeah, that's up there. I think I'd already been up all up around here, really. Now it's just a matter, I wonder if there's something that's closer. Okay. So yeah, it is down over there, and that is up over there. So I'll just run this way. I'll probably be streaming a little bit longer today than usual, possibly. Depends on how I feel, I guess. because I don't go into work until 4:30. I was actually kind of wondering if I was even going to go in today because, long story short, I mean, I can go into the whole story about it later. There was some freight that was left over from Thursday night, and I don't blame the freight team. You know, I blame management. And so they had a good handful of carts that was sitting out there of other stuff, because knowing it's spring, they're going to end up getting more trucks in, you know, because that's their Christmas season, if you will. So, they, oh, there it is, okay. So, they only have so many people to take care of stuff like that. And it was me, one other guy, and I think another one, but I didn't see him anywhere, who was working what was left over when I came in. And then a little bit later, they ended up bringing in a few more guys. The thing that, and so my back was bothering me. It's pretty much have been bothering me all throughout the weekend, off and on.
Here to help me hunt down those machines.
And I'm to the point now where I'm going to talk to the doctor, and I'm going to explain everything to him, and I want to get a printout of my x-ray and everything that I had done before regarding that, and give that to him and see what happens. They may want me to see their doctor or something regarding it, and that's fine, but they're going to pay for it. I mean, but I'm just getting sick and tired. Because the thing is, though, and I honestly, I feel like the assistant manager that told me to do it that day was friggin' lying to me. Because he was telling me that the lead boss there was,
Aloy,
he was like, oh yeah, he knows about it. He knows about that, that you're doing this. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he does. After everything that I told him and discussed with him, I don't believe it for a second.
I'm touched.
You'll have to excuse the mess.
So,
the soldiers use this place to prepare themselves before herding machines.
If I would have had to call out today, well, that's their fault.
Feel free to take any supplies you need.
But I feel like I'm okay.
I'm right behind you.
But if something happens while I'm there, I'm going home, and I'm gonna tell them why it's like that.
Get those machine hearts, the faster we'll get the water we need. Can't believe an Outlander would lend us a hand when our own clan won't. Our so-called commander's always talking about how scarce water is in the desert. But do you really think anyone in Scalding Spear's dying of thirst? Or our own squad? Our clan should be led by someone who knows what it's like to fight tooth and nail to survive.
And I'm guessing that someone is you?
All the water they need. No matter...
Well, one thing's for sure, though. I was going to take my sweet little time doing any of that stuff, and I didn't care if it took me my whole friggin' shift. Because I'd had to deal with customers, too. And the freight team doesn't deal with customers. I mean, they'll deal with them a little bit, depending on when they finish the truck, but usually they'll end up finishing the truck like maybe about a little after 8, 8:15, 8:30, something like that, maybe close to 9 o'clock, depending on how much they got going on in it. But as of right now, the store closes at 9. During the spring and summer, and I think a little into the fall, it closes at 10 o'clock. They just stay open an extra hour during that time. But regardless of that, they're not dealing with customers throughout the day like I would be, or other people would be doing that stuff. Because earlier in the morning, they had a couple people doing it, but during power hours, which is obviously when they have most of their customers come in, they're not allowed to put up stock. So to me, it almost makes me seem like they waited until I came in and said something to me about it, and that's when they ended up getting a couple other people on it, which is another thing that really pisses me off. You know, it's like, why is it that you couldn't have bothered to go and take one person from each department? Because obviously, I guess maybe I should sign up for management too, because this makes friggin' sense to me. Why is it that you couldn't go and actually have one person from each department go and work the specific carts with their department when they came in, if that was left over the night before, after power hours, instead of waiting for somebody else to come in who shouldn't have been working freight in the first place? You know, it's retarded. So yeah, I was freaking pissed off that day. And this particular manager, I don't have any hope for him anymore. I think he's full of shit, to be honest, with the things that he says and how he acts and does. So I don't have any faith and hope for him, and I'm going to stop talking to him about getting anything done from now on. I'm just going to go to one of the other two managers, or assistant managers, I should say, if I don't talk to the main manager or if I don't have a chance to. Because with him, as far as I'm concerned, he's a lost cause. He's walking around like some jacked up, steroid-ridden Hulk. And that's another thing that kind of ticks me off, too.
Didn't Chitaka say you guys had too little to go around to begin with?
I'm sure I'd be able to fix that somehow. There's always a way.
But, that's one thing that kind of ticks me off, too, is like this whole new thing that they got that's going on right now. Because they're like, oh, there's going to be some growing pains with this new thing that's going to be going on with Home Depot. And basically what it is, hey, we're going to take the managers in the departments from doing jack shit, is what it is. Walk around with a phone in our hands and let's help out customers and let's just put the other work on other people, regardless of whether you have the amount of people to do it or not. And I think it's a load of crap. That's what it is. They're not allowed to run machinery like they were before, which is stupid. So they're basically going and putting it on the other associates, and the other associates, and they're like, oh, well, it opens up more spots for people to get hired. Well, where the hell are the hires at? Because I'm sure not seeing them. It's a load of bull, dude. It's an absolute load of bull. It's like, oh, it's going to be great for the stores. No, it's going to be great for management. It's not going to be great for the associates. I don't know what type of smoke you're trying to blow up my ass, but I'm not dealing with it. That's a load of crap. You can take that somewhere else. I call it friggin' lying, man. Oh, it's going to be so great for the stores. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop lying to your associates because you're lying.
If it'll get water for your people.
Oh, it will. That's the canyon we draw machines in. Then we block them in and pick them off. Now, we'll have to climb over the barricade to get in. When we do, be ready to fight. I already lost good people in there.
Can't wait to see the champion killer in action. You go and I'll follow.
The thing is, though, is that I'm going in later today, the way my schedule says, from 4:30 to 10:30. But I'm off tomorrow, and I'm actually going to be working Saturday, but I think I go in at 5 Saturday until 10 or 10:30 or something like that. But I'll be off Sunday, but I'm going to see how things go for me today. I tried to hold it out as best as I could with how things were for me, because I was kind of hobbling around a little bit on Friday, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to tough it out as best as I can. And that's all there is to it. And if there's some reason for me to actually leave, then I'll leave. Well, that was a bad idea. I love these spears. Oh, that's great. I just want to keep making these over and over. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of dealing with him. And the thing is, though, is that back when I was on freight, we were talking to him about getting some things done, like that we actually needed for the department and things that we needed to get done, they didn't get done. Nothing happened. So I'm done with talking to him about anything. I'm not going to mention anything to him again. I'm just going to deal with the other ones and see where it goes. And apparently one of the things that I had heard from somebody when I was talking to him about the situation is they're like, oh yeah, he forgets things. He's got stuff that's going on with him and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Everybody's got something going on with him. He's not special. But the thing is, though, is that he is in a position of management, so he needs to do his friggin' job. He's not doing his job. So there's no excuse for that. Everybody's got stuff going on with them, and they have a job that they have to take care of. Well, this is part of your job. Do it or get the hell off the pot. End of story. Because you suck at it. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Oh man. I mean, I was actually talking to one of the other women that works there, one of the other women that I had mentioned to you before, that was actually a manager in the freight department when I first started working there back in the evening shift. She gave up that position. She was telling me that that store isn't like the way that it used to be. She said one of their common goals that they claim within their wheel of success is the fact of taking care of their employees, and she said she doesn't see that anymore like she used to. And she said, she ended up taking a pay cut, I believe, obviously, with her giving up the manager position. She said, but she has peace now. Said she prayed about it before she did it, and she said she's just at peace with what she's doing, so she's no longer a manager. She's just a regular employee working basically picking orders for online orders and whatnot, and orders that are called in throughout the store and fulfilling them. I was like, well, I'm glad you're managing to actually not have to worry about that mess anymore.
Keep calm.
I just want to get all the machine parts, regardless of whether there's certain things I'm supposed to do or not, because it's really going to help me with upgrading some things. Oh, there's stuff on there too. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah. There was this other job that Tanya and I had looked at when we came back from church yesterday. It's a tire place that's near here. It's like a tire factory place over there. It's a large one that's like down the road in another town, like out in the country area. I think it might be closer, than where I work at, or maybe it's about the same distance. But apparently they're paying $20 an hour. And I'm going to look into that and see what's going on with that. But then again, I got to see all of what it encompasses and what it's going to deal with and what position I would get and all that stuff. I'm not just going to go and willy-nilly get onto something. I'm not going to be going and getting into something that's going to be requiring me to do like a lot of manual or physical labor anymore. My body cannot take it. I mean,
I'll find this in my stash later.
Even losing weight, that does help, but that doesn't get rid of the problem with the fact of the damage that has already been done. It doesn't just go away because of that. It still stays with you. And I don't, and obviously I don't want to be dealing with any surgery either.
May the will of the 10 carry you home, my brother.
I got the hearts. We should head back to Arrowhand.
Yeah, at least now we can bag and tag these soldiers. Hold on. Since you can clearly handle a bunch of angry machines, I want to go back to where the Thunderjaw hit us. I lost a lot more fighters there. I can't just leave them to rot. They deserve to be bagged and tagged too. Will you come with me?
Lead the way.
Glad to have you along.
I think they have at the Toyo tire place is what it is. The name is, I think it's like Toyota Tires. I don't know, but they also apparently they pay you a little bit more if you do the night shift. But I ain't doing no night shift. I don't care if it's a little bit more. No, I'm not. I've got to have the adequate rest that I need, and I need to be able to do it at the times that my body has designated. I'm not doing that anymore. $20 is enough for me. You know, when it comes to trying to pick and choose between shifts.
So many have to die just to get water.
Did you try talking to your commander at Scalding Spear?
Please, the only thing she'll listen to is the sound of a bow being drawn. About that, wouldn't mind having yours at my side if it ever came to it.
You know, it's just like that talk before about, oh, well, you're so young, you should be able to handle it, and blah, 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 blah. You know what? It doesn't deal with age. It deals with mileage. On how much mileage you put on yourself and what jobs you've been doing for a number of years throughout your life. That's what it boils down to. And Lord knows I had been dealing with like physical manual labor ever since I had gotten out of college. So, yeah. So let's see. That's, yeah. 11, 12, 13, you know, because of doing it some with freight, some working at work right now before I'd gotten off of it. So, yeah. Yep. That's why football players retire in their 40s. Yeah, no kidding, dude.
Just passing through, Draka.
You can't blame me for trying.
But then again, they've already made gajillions of dollars, so it's not like they're hurting for money. And I guess they make more money if they take a knee during the national anthem, so there is that.
This is it. Where the Thunderjaw ripped through my squad.
I'm sorry, Draka.
They were warriors to the end. We should get started.
Someone's alive. By the rocks.
Hang on, I'm gonna break into this car. Oh boy. Nobody will notice that I took it. They probably already did. 2 knee replacements and he's your age, yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Speak sense, soldier.
Burrows.
Burrows? Hello. What in the world? Like, it didn't explode. Unless I missed it. Okay, that... What? Yeah, level 18. The thing is, though, is there actually has been more abilities that's been given when it comes to melee. Which is good, especially when you're going through, like, the melee-based tree.
Thunderjaw's back. This is gonna get rough.
I can get it from my stash later.
love of money. No, 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 no. On the top of his head. Oh, yeah. Oh. There you go.
We did it! Hey,
Yeah!
do me a favor and get the Thunderjaw's heart. I need to check on that soldier.
Well, this'll do.
It's all
I
glitching.
should check on Draka and that soldier.
Let's see. I need to actually label. Okay, no, that's okay. No, that's over there. Yeah, we'll do that so that way when know exactly. Because I can't place a marker on him.
Didn't think I was going to make it. You did good, soldier. You're going back home. Thanks to this one.
You were the one who refused to leave your people behind.
I know I'm racking up favors here, but, did you take those hearts back to Arrowhand? We'll be right behind you.
Of course. Be careful.
With that Thunderjaw heart in hand, we'll get all the water we need. Thank you, Aloy.
But I was talking to Tanya about it too, about the whole situation, and you know, she helped alleviate things a bit, because Lord knows I was upset about it with work. So, but she also helped me like remember things that I've talked about before, you know, when it came to stuff like that. So
Hold on to this for later.
let's see. Well, maybe I'll call my mount. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Looking for other stuff. Because there was another job for another two other guys who used to work there who ended up going to other jobs that was paying more, and apparently it was easier for them, but they were like factory-based jobs. But one in particular, the guy said he was just going to be driving a forklift the entire time while he was there. Which, you know, that would be fine for me. I'll learn how to drive a forklift. I'll just be sitting down the whole time, no hard manual labor or anything, you know, just driving around, lifting stuff with the machine and going from there. That's kind of one of the things, too, that I've been holding back from doing at work, because they say, oh, well, given your position and given your department where you're in, it actually would be good if you ended up getting the lift truck license or the reach truck license, because the reach truck is a forklift, but the forks extend. You know, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if I do that, I'm going to end up having other stuff that I've got to do that they'll probably end up calling me for. But even if they do, you know, well, customers come first. If something doesn't get done, don't be getting upset at me about it, because that was the thing that I had done when I was there too Friday dealing with that, was aiming to deal with customers as best as I could. And I'm like, you know what? If this freight doesn't get done, I don't give a crap. I'll be like, y'all the ones that are talking about customers come first, so don't be going and saying anything to me about it. Which I did what I could do, and there was some things, dude, on some of those carts I didn't even bother with. Like some heavy related stuff like picks and axes and all that stuff. I was like, I'm going to leave these here, and somebody else who doesn't have a back like I do can deal with it. And I went and did something else. And I was like, if anything gets said about it, well, tough titty. I'll just let them know. It's just like one of the other guys that's there, dude. He ended up like blowing out one of his tendons in his hand.
The extra pair of hands.
And it ended up going and affecting him all the way up to his elbow. And he had to go to the doctor, and then he also went to the store's doctor and talked to them about it and all this stuff. And he said he may have to have surgery. He's not sure, but they ended up putting him doing something else in the store and took him off of that. So, hey, girl, how's it going? How you doing? Plenty of them out there these days with a worker shortage. Yeah, exactly.
Chaplain. I didn't reach my aid without knowing how to mend a few wounds. You've returned. Where's Draka?
Just a little late, Chaplain. Gained some extra baggage on the way back. She's got the machine hearts, including a Thunderjaws. You should have seen this flame in the Here. Something to commemorate our heroic victory.
A victory indeed.
That's going really good.
We'll be relieved to hear about this.
I've been digging it.
Get them the scalding spear as soon as you can. And tell the commander how many had to die to get them.
That's my game of the year so far, and I ain't even finished it yet.
May I have a word? Rumors have made their way west. They say that in addition to your bow and spear, you have a kind of second sight. Especially for matters that have to do with the
I love the character design in this game.
One way to put it.
All the detail that's in it.
It's true. You've done well by my clan. But our troubles may not be as easily settled as Draka believes. I think your second sight might be just what we need.
What exactly is the problem?
Not here. Meet me at Scalding Spear. I'll explain everything.
I'll see you there when I can.
Good. The entire clan might depend on it.
Oh, right. More skill points. More face paint, which I haven't been able to put face paint on yet because there's a specific place you have to go to be able to do that. I've already dyed my clothes, though, a bit, so I have found a dyer. Cue up Dyer's Eve by Metallica.
Dear mother, dear father, what is this hell you have put me through, believer deceiver? Day in, day I've lived my life for you.
Alright, wait a minute here now.
Outlander, I offer you an honorable trade.
Get this from my stash when I need it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to like about it as far as I'm concerned. It's like, it's the Horizon formula, but more built upon it. So that's the way that I've been seeing it. And more added to it, more upon it. Okay, well, I'll go there, but I already activated that campfire. Unknown Rebel Outpost is another one that I could go to. Well, why don't I just go there? I'll just fast travel a bit. Oops.
An honest trade is an honest.
You know what's really funny, though, about Aloy, the way that she is, she almost seems to me like she's just kind of one of these women that is, like she doesn't want to get involved in anything that is really going to stray her from her path, really. Well, obviously, she's doing side stuff, you know, that's one thing, but, like, just the way that the comments that she makes and how she responds to things, you know, is just kind of funny, kind of like in a way that I think that other people that I know would respond to things, or even me for that matter. Like, there was one thing that was going on dealing with this thing called the Chorus, which is, I'm not going to spoil anything for that. But, by the way, they got races in this game, and they're actually pretty interesting considering you can actually attack the other racers, so that's fun. They've, she was like, I'm not going to have to do that myself, am I? And I just started laughing about it. And they're like, no, they say you're not going to have to do that, because knowing how she was getting involved with the people's problems, she thought she was going to have to actually end up assisting with that, which I just, you have to actually watch it and see it See what I
Time
mean?
to find whoever's in charge and take them out.
Let's see. Awkward with the bandages, yeah. The whole game on certain difficulties open up the face paint. Yeah. They actually have that shield warder, whatever it is, thing, armor you could get that I also got in the first one. Where it could take so many hits and not take any health off of you, but then the shield would go away, but you'd have to wait a few seconds for it to recharge.
What are these machines for?
Let's blow them up off of this thingy. Yeah, even when I go down in super slow motion, it slows down the friggin' like crafting thing too. Oh my goodness!
Hey! Interloper!
There we go. That's what I was wanting.
Over there! Don't let her get down!
Oh wait, I don't have a thingy yet. You little sack of horse crap. Still sharp battery level low. What in the world? Why isn't this thing dying? Oh, I'm firing the wrong friggin' thing. There's nothing more to come out of that. Ah, shut up and die. Man, I need to make some... I need to go get myself more things and make more things with. I got a bunch of them in my friggin' stash. Let's see. Oh. Well, because of the fact that the machine was more of a threat. Right by his head. That is a load of bull. And slowly draining off your life, and you'll probably die. I think he died. Oh my gosh, right at me. Okay. I almost kind of feel like, in a ways, with this outpost, if more of the enemies were actually outside here. Although, getting rid of these outposts really helps, because it ends up unlocking another fast travel point on top of the fact that there's other loot inside.
She has backup. Track them down.
Okay, yeah, so there are other ones that's in there.
There! Hit them! I'll take you down.
Freeze! I'll take her out! Get payback!
The Outlander's here!
Oh, he's got that thingy. Oh my goodness. Or one of those thingies. He's the group leader. That's one thing about these outposts too, is that I'm not sure if this was like in the first game or not. I can't remember. But once you took out the main leader, and I guess if nobody else found out about it, then the whole place would automatically be cleared and you wouldn't have to worry about killing anybody else, which to me, I don't think is necessarily good.
I've seen Tenakth soldiers carry them, but never this many.
I mean, unless you end up getting all the loot off of them.
Soldiers they killed.
If they leave, I don't know.
Keep them safe for now. Figure out what to do with them later.
Well, obviously there's something going on with that. Well, I sent Dying Light 2 back, so Elden Ring should be here probably sometime this weekend. I'm renting from GameFly, and I'm going to give that a shot. I'll probably get a little ways into it and then send it back more than likely.
I'm sweating everywhere.
I'm sweating everywhere. I'm sure you are, honey. One of the funny things, too, about that video that I sent you, Agent with the, from Dreamcast guy, was that one of the things the Xbox fanboys were complaining about was, oh, the Alo's so ugly, look at her, and he went and zoomed in on her face, especially with some face paint. He's like, as a video game model, they're supposed to be attractive, you know. He's like, which actually that's not really the case with female characters nowadays too much, but just like you and I were talking about, I really do believe that they ended up going back and pulling a Sonic on her after the trailer that came out and made her look like the way that she was in the previous one, make her look more feminine than looking like a man who ate too many Brontosaurus burgers. Yeah, it definitely needed to be polished for sure. Because I kept checking every day to see if they were going to end up releasing another patch for that particular thing with the audio dropping, and they haven't. So they also need to increase the friggin' delay time with the map and traversing through the various selections. I think the first one kind of had a problem with that before that definitive edition came out of it. And that was a very irksome thing. Why is it showing me there's something there and I can't get to it? And I can't get underneath there. Yeah, they may have. They may have done that for clicks to give it attention. You know? It's really weird how stuff like that happens when it comes to marketing. So alright. This particular outpost is done with the save point active and stuff that I gathered. That'll help with leveling some things up. And, where's my mount? Like, what the heck? Where did it go? I dropped it off right there. Did it get involved in battle or something? But it's not letting me call it for some reason. Alrighty. I'll talk at you later. Thank you for popping in. what's up with that. Okay, so I think it's... I'll check out the unknown thing
I wonder
first.
what they used all these machines for.
Okay. Maybe my mount, like, died. Like, really died. And that's probably why I can't activate it, and I'll have to hack another one. Had I already been there? No, I have not.
An old world ruin built into the cliff. I wonder what's inside. There's some kind of tunnel. I should take a look around.
Oh crap, I thought that was one of those digger things that was popping up from there. Well, I know that these particular things I can't get to over here. What the heck is that? That looks like something evil.
A metal flower. I don't think I can get past those vines.
Yeah, that's something later.
Better leave it for now.
Yeah, I need something else to get through there for later, but at least it marks it on the map. So, I'm actually kind of aggravated a little bit because I still don't have that breathing apparatus.
It's a huge wall of metal. Or is it some kind of door?
I think it's some kind of door, Aloy. Looks like a subway station. Or some kind of train station. Well, there's not anything for me to really hop onto. So... let's see, 230. Okay. There wasn't anything else that was here besides those, but I can't get over to those, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to until I blow down that wall with whatever it is that I need to get first. And there's not... Alrighty. I'll be right back myself. I need to go take a leak.
I wonder what they used all these machines for.
Alright. There really is no way for me to get up here anywhere. Because there's not anything that's showing to get put down. And I don't know what that is up there. No way to get up there from there. I'm not, well, it's probably just not anything I need to go with right now. So we won't worry about it. That way. Think here. I need to put one of the regular ones on there for regular bows. Arrows. Fire and frost. Dadgummit. Let me check something here. That's weird. This thing told me that there was a... Okay, you're back. The thing was... it was telling me, hey, you have a message. I'm like, no, I don't. Where is it? Those are precision arrows, but it's just 8.
Drone buzzing around the sky. But it has some use for that.
Heck, I thought that was gonna give me a way to fully attack the silent strike him. Oh, nice.
Gotta bring the drone down to grab its data. Maybe if I jump off it?
Ah, for crying out loud. Of course. I'm gonna go kill this turtle. Yeah, I need to make more of those. That ain't gonna... That's bad. What the heck, man? Oh, it's shooting things off at me. Now, if I had some of those spears, it would work out a lot better. Yeah, that ain't doing jack squat, dude. I need to have those. Well, I thought he was going to be able to follow me over there, but I guess not. Get out of here, that man. Yeah, that right there is... Yeah, I know, it's a higher level than I am. Okay, whatever. Ah, it's up over there.
I'll give up the hunt soon enough.
Didn't seem like it was so much of a problem, though, when I had those spears. That's what I need. Okay, if that's over there, there's that thing over there. I can't reach it over here. What the heck? That thing is like... Yeah, of course. Why not? Oh yeah, why not? Why don't I just fall right back down on the enemy that I was at? Move, you dumb cave woman! I'll just come back to this later. I'm not worrying with it right now. It sucks that my mount died. I don't get it. Like, I parked it way out from where the outpost was, so I don't know how it even managed to get involved with anything. Doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, for crying out loud. I hate traps. I've never liked traps in this game. Or the first one either. Set this up, cause this to happen, blah, blah, blah. I just want to get in there and just kill stuff.
I'll stash this away for later.
Oh. Oh, look, you got a rock. Well. Let's see. I think one of the problems that I've got here is she didn't cut down the Brontosaurus burgers enough. Yeah, no kidding, man. Like, that is... Let's see, equip that to... Well, I've got to have that one. I'm getting rid of this Shredder Gauntlet. It is not working for me. And I kind of really feel like that's one that's just supposed to be used on other difficulties where you'd have to cut off certain pieces of the dinosaurs to get other stuff for, but I'm on easy and story mode. You don't have to do that. You automatically can collect them because it's like, oh, knock the part off first before you kill it, otherwise it won't work. I'm like, you're taking it off the animal anyways. Apparently it gets destroyed with it is what I think. Is what they had mentioned. So energizing a rock. Never would have thought that would ever happen. You dead? You dead. You're dead now. You got to. Oh, the frost works out with causing them to fall down because it freezes them. I still need to have that other... Which one is it that put out a lot of regular arrows? That's what I'm looking for. I don't care about that friggin' tripcaster. There, that's what I'm looking for. Give me all the arrows. Oh, now I can make some thingies. All the arrows and all the things. Yeah, I'll keep this here. Frozen grenade bombs, that works fine. Looks like that's another encampment. Let me check real quick. No? Unknown Sunwing site. Well, I don't know about that. I'm guessing... Huh. Well. Campfire. Oh, it's like another one of those. Looks like another one of those huge satellite relays or whatever it was that was in the first game. It's so cool to me how, you know, technology and like primitive tribal stuff like combine in this. Like they're utilizing the futuristic stuff that took out humanity to rebuild upon it. It's like it just dropping you back to the past again. Oh, okay. Never mind. This was a settlement. I wasn't really aware that it was going to be a settlement. Well, that's cool. I really wish that she had a flashlight. I mean, all this friggin' technology that's around, and you can't give her a friggin' flashlight? And put it on her head? I mean, she's already got basically a beacon on her head anyways as it is.
Even Hikaru has traded
with her focus. Ah, is this another pit fighting place?
Why would the wound give less water?
These rations barely get us through the day, Commander.
Why put guards around the wound?
You can't just take away our water.
The wound gives less water. Our rations adjust.
What's going on?
We know the way of the desert.
Exactly.
What's stopping us from taking what we want?
All the friggin' lights. Oh, well, that shut them up.
Anyone else want to complain? We're the Desert Clan. We survive with what we have.
Your, commander's not much for hand-holding.
That is not our way. Even less so in her case. Shall we?
Sure. Can't wait.
She's with me.
Draka's not the only one with harsh words for your commander.
The desert has bred survival into our clan's blood. We spit at death and charge into battle. Maybe a little too eagerly.
Yeah, no kidding. I've already seen that happen enough as it is.
What were we talking about?
Wait a minute. There's a thingy over here.
So the Osri. I heard they're the ones behind the Carter's.
Sounds like Tuvok from Voyager. It might be.
And giant lifts appeared in Netherlands.
It very well might be. That's one reason why I've been cranking up the brightness as I had been, is because of the fact of her not being able to have any type of light. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
So, this is the Outlander conspiring with the dissident Draka.
Demanding water does not make one a dissident, Yara.
Doesn't make Draka a commander either. You should advise him of that.
Jataka said you needed help.
Did he now?
Aloy has a unique insight into the ways of the Old Ones.
It is?
She might be able to fix this before it gets out of hand.
Oh, there you go.
Get to the point. What is Jataka talking about?
There is no water.
What do you mean?
I mean the wound in the sand, that which provides the clan with the water we need to survive, is completely dry.
I'm kind of wondering if they face scan people in here. Like the actual actors.
This water source. Jataka said it's somehow related to the old ones?
From what we can tell, whatever water we take, it restores on its own. Over time. A few weeks ago, it stopped. I ordered rationing, searched for other viable sources. But everything else nearby is tainted one way or another.
But why the secrecy? Keeping your people in the dark seems to be making things worse.
If the clan knew, my command would be challenged.
There's no water, and you're worrying about keeping your command?
Think what you want. Between the machines, the storms, and Regala's uprising, I'm the only thing keeping this clan from falling apart.
Draka said your clan won't touch Regala.
Her grudge is with Chief Hekarro, not me. And I plan to keep it that way, so her troops don't turn on my clan. Besides, if she defeats Hekarro, she deserves to rule. That's the way of the tribe.
Draka's people sacrificed a lot to get that water. He thinks you're hoarding it for yourself.
The perfect excuse to challenge my command. Like he's always wanted. Of course he makes it sound very noble. That he only cares about his thirsty people. But all he really wants is to be in charge. And if he was, he'd face the exact same problem I have. There is simply not enough water to go around.
Okay.
So how are you going to deal with not having any water?
Ration what little we have. Buy time to fix the wound.
And in the meantime, people die of thirst?
Every corpse weighs on me. That is what it means to be a commander. What matters is that the clan survives, as a whole.
I can't promise anything. But if this wound was built by the old ones, I might be able to fix it.
How exactly do you intend to do that?
Just show her the wound, Yara.
Very well. You can tell me when we get there.
After you.
The wound in the sand is this way.
We actually ended up starting that Facebook Messenger D&D campaign.
You're not Karja. Or Oseram.
Saturday.
I was born amongst the Nora, as far east as you are west.
So I actually, hang on a second. I need to get my house slippers because my toes are kind of cold. I'm getting old. My blood circulation ain't working. But actually ended up ordering some dice. Tanya has some dice, but I always had wanted to get my own dice for tabletop, so I got like a 35-piece set of dice, which I think is technically like 5 sets, I believe, of the ones that you would need to play for like $11 and change from Walmart. I figured it just would have been better off to end up getting some extra ones, because any of the other ones that I had been seeing were close to that price. So I was like, well, I just might as well go ahead and just get extra ones. So, especially to your head. Well, I reckon that depends which head it is.
They say only those who are exiled leave your lands.
There are exceptions.
What business does a Nora exception have in the West?
Believe it or not, to help people, even the ones who don't want it.
Sounds like a difficult path.
Woman, would you move? You're just walking. Why don't you run? That is a fighting pit there. I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being the same thing as it was in the first place I came
The wound
through.
in the sand.
Definitely built by the old ones.
Wasn't much easier and quicker to fill up. There you go. I reckon so.
Pipes leading outside the settlement.
What do you see?
A trail.
Nothing else. He's not running because Brontosaurus, Saurusburger.
What are you doing?
Your wound leads underground.
We've tried going down there, but it's too narrow for anyone to reach the bottom. Where are you going?
I think I can lead us to where the water comes from. Or used to.
How?
Can I track it?
Doesn't matter.
What matters is that the wound is fixed and my people survive. Lead the way.
Why don't you just let me track it? I mean, you let me track tracks, so why don't you track the daggum pipe? Yeah, the new melee pit. I knew it. I actually meant the other chick, though, who wasn't moving like she should have.
Machines.
We'll get them. It actually kind of makes more sense. It kind of makes more sense, really, to, besides just using certain elemental arrows to have weaknesses on certain enemies, that you just utilize the ones that are regular ones, because then it seems like they take out so much more health. Well, that little jackass came out of nowhere.
Let's see you dodge my shot. I can see why Draka wanted your help in gutting his machines.
Thanks.
Where to now?
Your wound has veins that spread underneath the sand. I'm just
Don't spin.
following their trail.
There we go.
Not to another machine ambush, I hope.
Believe it or not, I have better things to do than try to kill you.
Yeah, we're Brontosaurus burgers back in the Flintstones, I believe. Kind of makes sense if it was. I thought they ended up having something here where you could get every piece of loot in the area for things that you had killed, but I guess not. I guess it's just supposed to be an auto loot for everything that's on there. Alright, where's the thingy? There it is, okay.
I should be able to turn off my focus for a while. I can follow the pipe's general direction now. I can always check the trail with my focus, make sure I'm still on track.
Oh, there's a tornado back there.
Those flowers. The ground's wet too. The vein must have leaked here. Not enough to be the cause of the missing water, but enough for these plants to grow. We're on the right track.
You see all that from a patch of wet sand?
Yep. I like how she goes and she talks about certain things that's happening that kind of really helps you out to know what you can do or not do, or you know, don't mess up or have to feel like you constantly keep doing the thing.
It looks like the metal from the wound. We really are following its trail.
As I've been saying.
The desert kills, but it also surprises.
Yeah, exactly. I need to.
The pipes are headed with my focus.
I need to check with Tanya to see if she has any more D&D character sheets too, because I believe she had some and printed some out and stored them somewhere. Because I need to get one of those. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to manually.
There's a lot of machines.
Type out certain things.
And
I
a
need.
very dead soldier.
Is it one of yours?
I need to take a closer look.
We need to get rid of the machines first. Follow my lead.
That's so cool how they're just blowing stuff out that you can pick up. I don't really know exactly what they are.
The machine's jaws look like they could swallow me.
Oh, that's supposed to be like a hippo thing? Oh, they're fertilizer pods.
The team never saw you coming.
Exactly, and this one's not going to see me coming either if I get somewhere fast enough. Yep, that stuff's got to pop up first so you know that it's actually dead, the little icon on the top. At least it works out for me, at least. Alright, kill the machines. And pick up all the loots. There's no way for... Oh yeah. There we go.
Send this to my stash.
All these different fertilizer pods. It's so cool you can pick those things out. I know, it's so funny. It's kind of cool to me, too, that all these machines that were made were supposed to be utilized to help the Earth. And the AI has made them go wonky. I just thought that was... I mean, obviously there's more to it than just that, but, I mean... Ah, well. Can't win them all. You can sure get caught up in their friggin' geometry. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a gigantic hippo thing.
You got it! Keep going!
Oh, he's not dead yet? Vacuum turbine. Oh, okay. Hang on just one second. They got this, the D&D thing going on here, and I'm just like, dude, I've got to... They do it whenever they can, whenever it's available, and everybody just responds in when they can, whenever they're not busy. Which makes sense. So that's how it works. I'm not looking at all of this. I got other things to do. That's pretty much the way I'm going to end up doing it anyways. So, trying to check something here. Okay, well, I'm not... I need to go and get that stuff together. Oh, well, I guess it would have made sense for me to get up there, but...
You know him?
That is one of Draka's men.
Drakas?
Cut off that dissident's head and feed it to the vultures if he had anything to do with...
We don't know what happened here yet. And we still have a trail to follow.
Lead the way.
Oh, the pipes again. Okay. Back up through here again.
Water. Barely a lick's worth. But there are no streams in this area.
Which means it's coming from some...
These anchors. That soldier must have used them to get up this cliff.
He must have been going back to Arrowhand when those machines got him.
Maybe he found something up there worth reporting back about.
We'll find out soon enough.
I reckon so. Ah, yes, another piece of upgrade stuff. That really helps with other certain things in the upgrade process.
What is this?
The problem. I'm gonna need my focus.
Yep.
That weapon. Looks like Draka's man tried to pry this open, but he didn't know what he was doing. And now the water's not going where it's supposed to.
Come on, stupid chat.
Or ignorance.
Issues. Sun is shining, graphics are washed out because of the brightness. Yeah. Well, that was my doing.
Don't think this is gonna do anything. Maybe if I follow that main pipe, I'll find something useful.
Well, there's a thingy up here, Aloy. Use your pull caster. I think... Yeah, no, let's climb up there. Nope. We're not doing that. I think I'm supposed to latch myself over there. Okay, so that didn't... I guess I'm supposed to get up over there. Wait for me to get up over there. Yeah, 'cause it's not showing anything else besides... I know I gotta get over there to that since I pulled it down, but there's nothing else to be able to grab onto besides that right there is supposed to be...
There has to be a way to reroute the water back to Scalding Spear.
Yeah, no kidding, honey. That's what we're trying to do here. And I know... Maybe I got it. Maybe it's just...
There's nothing for my polecaster to latch onto.
Oh, okay. Now, why didn't they do that before? I don't know. I mean, I had grasped onto it before, so... Okay, that one actually goes down. The other one hops back.
What do you need me to do? Just, stay here. Let me know if anything changes.
Sit there and look pretty. With your ugly-looking butch self.
A valve. That might help.
Hey! It stopped leaking.
It looks like that stopped the water flow. Now I just need to find a way to get it to Scalding Spear. That's the same type of machinery we found outside. Only this one's not leaking. Maybe it can help me switch the water flow. Sounds like the water's switched. Gotta open the valve upstairs. Get that water circulating. There.
It's just like last night, dude. That polecaster thing can actually work on chests as well if they have like a little grate thing on them. And I yanked one down last night, and it just like nailed Aloy in the head, and she didn't even flinch. Which I thought was...
The system switched back. Couldn't hold the water pressure. I need to find a way up to that valve.
Wait a minute. Oh, there's a... oh, well, maybe I didn't.
I bet I can use that.
Well... a way up to that valve. Maybe that's what I would need to have beforehand. Or use beforehand. Alright, man. I'll talk at you later. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now and get something to eat, and I'll play this a little bit more. But I appreciate you coming in. I'll check you later. But anybody who checks out the archive version, check me out at MindFlayer37 on Twitter, Ethereal Behemoth on Twitch, and I'll go ahead and end this like I always do. Later, taters. Do 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 do.